April 19th, 2018. Little white dove Bobcat crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Despite having her leg in a cast, Dr. Wynn took her lunch break to come ease Little White Dove to the other side. A couple weeks ago, when Little White Dove stopped eating, we did diagnostics, found that her 20-year-old kidneys to be failing, but she had some bad molars that could have stopped her from eating too. We opted to remove those and see if that was enough to get her going again. It wasn't. Painstakingly, her keepers begged her to eat and offered every variety of food from chopped to pureed to encourage her to eat, but she peaked at 6 ounces in a day and declined from there. For a cat who can eat a couple of pounds a day, this was not enough. Keepers kept reporting how sad Running Bear was, and every time I went by, he seemed to be as close to his longtime mate as he could be. He knew that she was leaving, and he seemed to want every last moment to count. I know that he's going to miss her now, but letting her go peacefully today was the kindest thing we could do. Little White Dove had been born to Little Feather and the Great Pretender on May the 19th in 1997, back before we learned that none of these cats could ever go free or ever serve any sort of conservation purpose. Running Bear was born June 2nd of 1997 to Shiloh and Precious, and because they were kittens at the same time, Running Bear and Little White Dove grew up together and stayed together all these 20 long years. This came up today because while Catherine, Dr. Wynn, and I were crying over Little White Dove's lifeless form, Catherine asked if she had been bottle-raised or mama-raised. Little White Dove was probably the most fierce cat on property, if you were to believe the little fluff ball, so that's probably why Catherine asked. Little Feather had allowed us to co-raise her kittens. Little Feather did all the hard work, and we handled them every day. In our ignorance, we thought it was the best of both worlds, but any exotic cat who is actually raised by their own mom, no matter how tame or sweet their mom is to people, the wildcat mom instills in the cubs that they should never trust people. This is a big part of why it's so sad to see wildcats who were used as pay-to-play or photo props, because we know that they were torn from their moms early and never allowed to go back to her for the love and care that only a mother can give. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.